Be sure to subscribe for more content.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're having a very lovely day today. So in today's video, we're going to be talking all about Dogecoin, what has happened to it recently, and where we think the price is going to go to in the near future with some key price levels and some trades I'm looking to make. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. And of course, if you appreciate the daily analysis on this channel and you're one of the 86% of people that watch my videos that have not yet subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. So without further ado, let's get those annotations back on the screen for Dogecoin and let's talk about what is happening right here. And of course, what we are seeing here on Dogecoin on the 1 hour chart is that prices are going higher and higher, which is very, very nice. Of course, we started off from a low here of around 7 cents. And from that point, we've gone about 50% in the upwards direction. We're going up. And at the moment, we've still got a lot of upward momentum. As you can see here, basically, we have this bullish support, a very important trend line to look out for, because of course this has been basically supporting the bullish trend here on Dogecoin. Every time the price has come down to touch it on its way up, it has literally bounced off every single time. And of course, most recently we saw prices come down 10% here on Doge, from around 10.5 cents down to this level here at 9.1 cents. Of course, I made a video yesterday and it did look a little bit concerning considering it was quite a big drop, but of course we consolidated in this area and we did manage to stick to this bullish trend here. And of course, what it looks like we saw was some sort of triangle happen. We saw basically a trend line that was kind of this resistance here in green and this bullish support here, and we did end up seeing a breakout to the upside. And of course, that breakout was the first test of support and resistance, which is why we did see that massive pump come out of that resistance there. Of course, price target was 10.1 cents and we actually did end up exceeding that. So Dogecoin, in my mind at the moment, is still very, very bullish, and until proven otherwise, I do think Dogecoin could go higher. Of course, we're keeping this bullish support. As I say, we've got this 100-hour moving average in blue as well, which is being respected. This is basically the trend determinant. So if the prices are above this blue line here, then we are bullish. If the prices are below this blue line, we are bearish. So you can see basically since this region here, as Dogecoin passed it on November the 23rd, we've seen prices stay above this blue line and in this upwards trend here. But of course, as you see in this region here, prices were generally below this blue moving average here. So we were in this bearish trend. So we've definitely reversed our trend in the upwards direction, and so far this upwards trend is still continuing. So basically this bullish trend will continue until we start seeing the price do something like this. And if the price does that, so if it crosses our bullish support, and of course we did do it a little bit in this region, you can see the candle on the 1 hour chart did slip below this orange support here and this blue moving average, but of course we came back up really quickly, so this doesn't really count. What I mean is if prices start to do something like this, for example, so they just casually come across our bullish support in orange, if it just cut below our 100-hour moving average in blue, then that's when I'm convinced of a trend reversal here on Dogecoin. And the trend reversal doesn't mean it has to be bearish. It could be more sideways like this, for example, or it could be varying degrees of bearish like this. But as long as we're able to keep up this trend line in orange, as long as we're able to keep up the moving average in blue, then all should be good. And of course, I'm also looking out for chart patterns here, because chart patterns could tell us that we could see a change of trend in the near future. It could also tell us where the price is going to go. So if we see an area of consolidation, for example, if prices do something like this and the prices start moving sideways, then that to me will be a clear consolidation with quite a clear chart pattern that we could see the prices break out from. Of course, it's always good to look out for these, because if we do break to the downside, the price target from something like that would take us below our bullish support in orange and our moving average. So this is why we're on the hunt for these chart patterns there. They could tell us where Dogecoin is going to go in the near future. But at the moment, I'm not seeing all too much. I've seen this breakout from this triangle here, and I'm just looking to see what the prices do with respect to its high over here at 10.5 cents. If we are able to break through that, then that is very bullish. But if not, we could start a series of lower highs, which could tell me that we could see a potential trend reversal in the near future. The volume down here as well, if we have a look at that, we can see that the general trend of this is slightly in the bearish direction. You can see that the baseline for the volume there is still a lot higher than it was back in this region here when we did start this bullish trend. So that is still a good sign. The volume is on average a lot higher than it was back over here, but it is declining a little bit. So I wouldn't say it's a red flag, but I'm keeping my eyes very closely on what the volume down here is doing. If we continue to decline further, but the prices do go up and up and up, that is a telltale sign that the pump will run out in the near future, and we could see that trend reversal into the downwards direction. If we do look on the RSI and the MACD, are two trusty indicators. Basically, MACD is looking good. We're seeing positive momentum here, green bars on the histogram, and we did get a buy signal when Dogecoin was at around 9.5 cents. Same with the RSI. We've gone from a sold zone to a buy zone. And we're sitting at 66 on both on the RSI at the moment. But of course, on both of them, what we are seeing is this downwards trend if we connect to the peaks. So we're seeing this downwards trend here on the RSI and the MACD, but on Dogecoin we are starting to see, and on Dogecoin at the moment we are seeing that. So what I do want to see, if Dogecoin continues to go higher, so above its previous peak here at around 10.8, 10.7 cents, what we do want to see is the RSI and the MACD at least make the same high as it was with this first peak here. So we want to see the RSI get to around 85, and we want to see the MACD get to 3.4 there. Otherwise, we're going to see this negative divergence starting to appear. And a negative divergence is pretty bad because it shows that we could see a change of trends in the near future. So if this pump is going to be sustainable on Dogecoin in the bullish direction, then we need to see new high. We need to see the RSI and the MACD at least reclaim its previous high there. Otherwise, as I say, we're going to get this negative divergence where these trend lines on the MACD and the RSI are going in the downwards direction, and the trend line on the price for the same time period would be going in the up direction. So at the moment, it's no issue, but if Dogecoin makes new highs, so if we do go above 10.7, 10.8 cents on Dogecoin, then I want to see RSI and MACD at least reclaim the values of its previous peak here on the 27th of November. So that's something I'm looking out for. And in addition to that as well, what I'm looking out for is what the whole cryptocurrency market is doing. And at the moment, it's looking a little bit sketchy. So everything I do here on Dogecoin will be with a pinch of salt because of what I'm seeing right now on Bitcoin. And basically, I have annotated it already, and I'll just explain my annotations. So if I just get rid of that for the time being, basically what we are seeing on Bitcoin is this consolidation pattern. This is the 1-day chart here on Bitcoin, and basically right now we're seeing some sort of pattern where the prices are just bound between a region on Bitcoin between 15,500 and 16,500, and it's very reminiscent at the moment of what happened with Bitcoin back over in May here, particularly May, because of course we did have this first crash, that lunar crash at the start of May that plummeted the price of Bitcoin down to this level at the 30,000s here. We saw a small trading range for the next 3 weeks. We saw one big pump here on Bitcoin, taking the price from 29,000 to 32,000 before the prices fell below this bottom trend line here, this support on Bitcoin that was supporting the price for the past 3 weeks. And of course, mid-June, we saw a price plummet down to 18,000. And of course, if we just have a look at what's happening now, we're seeing a very similar triangle pattern. We saw the FTX crash. Prices are kind of just ranging within this area as they have been for the past 2 to 3 weeks here. And now we're seeing a pump that takes the price from 16,100 to 16,500 there. And of course, I do think this is one last pump before the prices are going to head lower on Bitcoin. And I do think the price is going to head down to 14,000 just as a result from this triangle. So the price target of the triangle is the first test of support and resistance. And from that, it should head down to 14,000. Of course, if we do construe this differently, as such as a bear flag, for example, then the price target from that would be lower at around 12,500. So that's something to really bear in mind, and to kind of add weight to that as well. I'm just going to take you guys to the stock market, because the stock market and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general kind of move in a very similar way, particularly when we're seeing an economy that we are right now. Bitcoin and stocks are both risk assets, so they both behave similarly when investors are trying to seek safe investments. So basically what we've seen on the stock market is this kind of bear market rally. You can see my annotations already again, but basically what it looks like we're starting to do is peak out from this bear market rally. So basically we saw something very similar in August here. We peaked out of this bear market rally in mid-August here on the S&P, and that was exactly the same time Bitcoin hit 25,000 before retracing back down. So at the moment now, we see price peak out at around 4,030 there on the S&P, and it looks like it's starting to reverse and come back down. And of course, if the S&P does do that, then we should see Bitcoin follow suit. S&P is going down, then I do think Bitcoin is going to have a very bearish bias here and go in the downwards direction. And of course, when Bitcoin makes a major move, we see that in altcoins like Dogecoin as well. So this is why I'm taking everything I'm saying here with a pinch of salt. Of course, Bitcoin and Dogecoin are not perfectly correlated, but if Bitcoin's making its move down to 13,000 or even 12,000, then it's going to be very difficult for Dogecoin to continue heading upwards. So I do think if we see that, then we could see Dogecoin start its new trend in a bearish direction. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here right now on Doge. Of course, at the moment, I'm still bullish because of what I said. We're still keeping this bullish support. We're still keeping this 100-hour moving average, and the volume is still looking decent. MACD and the RSI are showing positive momentum, but the moment we cross this bullish support, the moment we cross this 100-hour moving average, this is when I will be exiting my position here on Dogecoin. So that is all I have to say here on Doge. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, do be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video.